sense.
Now I'm picturing all these guys speaking with Bob and Doug McKenzie accents.
And they've got a little translator that puts it into
yeah.
Texan or something.
Exactly, yeah. Well, no, you're saying they're coming from Canada, so that's
Well,
how I
And it's a maple leaf
yeah.
communicator badge.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
That would be a clue, as you were.
Hey, you host heads.
It just says A every time you
So
press
did people end up like shooting the aliens and stuff? Is that the kind of thing or did some get blown up or something?
Sure, yeah. I mean, like I said, the Army and the National Guard showed up, and it was quite.
Maybe we should take some of their equipment and take it to a lab and see if it has serial numbers from Taiwan.
I think that would be an excellent starting point.
It does not.
So we want some prisoners, we want some equipment. I'd like to take a look at a deceased alien and see if they look like they might be humans in funny suits, for example.
They're not.
They're not.
So, yeah,
they have very different biology from
These are very definitely aliens, yes.
Has Earth encountered aliens before?
Oh, yes, yeah.
So this is a somewhat common occurrence that aliens, they're presumed to be on some sort of
Not
galactic
common,
superhighway.
but not unheard of. One of your teammates, Sir not appearing in this adventure, Supersonic, is actually from another planet. So,
okay.
yeah, this is not the first time that humanity's encountered aliens. It's the first time you've encountered these aliens.
These aliens.
Is there a way to tell a potential higher rank member of the alien forces that might be left alive?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, you can kind of figure out who is, who was doing the most shouting and so forth, and who's got the most, braid on their epaulets, kind of thing. I mean, you can generally work it out, and they'll generally, like you said, they're if you ask who's your commander, they'll point at somebody else or something. So you can figure out who kind of the officers were and so forth. So.
So we gather the things we need and head back to base.
That seems. I wonder. What physical attributes do aliens have? Are they unusual? I mean, you mentioned they were a little bit tougher than normal humans, but are they? I mean, is their acid blood super strong? Is there anything we need to know about like that?
Nope, nothing like that.
Mind control.
Nope. Physically, they're tougher than the average human, but not superheroic level. I mean, they were a tough fight because their tech was really advanced.
Their tech is really advanced. Okay. How many total aliens were there? Estimate.
You would think I would have that. Probably not more than 100.
Okay. So despite being tougher than a normal soldier, this batch of aliens would have been no match for a division of army troops or something, right? Or would they be? I don't know.
Without superheroes,
Perhaps.
Denver would clearly have lost this fight.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. The army can't stop them. The police can't stop them. That's what superheroes are for.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I think being able to see if we can talk to them is a good.
Are there any aliens we are friendly with that we could contact and ask if they know who we're dealing with?
You do actually. Well, you don't, but you know people who know people. Yeah. That will take time.
Butler.
Yeah. Well, like for example, your teammate Supersonic. There's
British Butler knows how to get a hold of anybody.
Yeah, the super team called the Champions, who are based out of Millennium City. One of their members, Ironclad, is an alien gladiator, and he's usually the guy people call when it's like, hey, what do you know about this alien race? So you can try and get him on the phone later and see what he knows.
Okay. Does Supersonic know anything about this? Was he part of the
He
fighting?
apparently is not here. So
He's missing in action.
that's right.
Okay.
Actually, we're just gonna say that the rest of your teammates were injured during the fight, and that's why they're out of the fight.
Oh God, I need to go to Karen's bedside. I can't be here.
That's true. Ethical dilemma now. Your girlfriend's in the hospital, but there's a fight to be had, so.
I do have a duty to protect the wider human race, and if there's an imminent threat, that does take precedence over my own personal life. But I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And I don't want to hear anything from you about it.
So you do, like I said, have a couple drop ships that have been down to if you wanted to examine one of those.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to look through one of those.
Yeah, it's all tech, so you're probably not the right guy to do that.
I mean, I definitely will fire off a detect magic just on the off chance that there's something.
Yeah, no, give me a roll for that. That's a good call. And
Okay.
you know what? We're going to say that Iron Maiden, your teammate Iron Maiden, is available, but her suit was badly damaged. So you have her. I'll roach run her as an NPC because you need a tech person for this. But so she's not going to be able to continue the fight because her suit's too badly damaged. But she'll be. We'll say she's checking out the ship.
Okay, so it's 13 minus, so by 4.
4, okay. Yes, there is no magic here. So,
Okay, all right.
so we've eliminated that. You're pretty confident that this is
How heavy are the
Earthly
ships?
technology based.
How heavy are the smaller of the ships?
You can lift them. You can't throw one very far. They're pretty big and pretty heavy. So, but yeah,
You
the,
could
actually,
fly
I could
around
pretend
in a
I'm an alien ship.
humanoid.
I can get inside, just pick it up, fly around like I'm an alien
We're
ship.
encouraging bad behavior, but.
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, my new disguise.
Right. So, Iron Maiden, whose real name I can't quite remember, but she's in her secret ID anyway, so it doesn't matter. What's her name? I don't know. I just made these characters up. I don't know what her name is. Catherine. That's right. So, Catherine comes back over, having checked out one of the drop ships, and basically says, "Well, I think this one's working again. There's that. There's a force majeure shaped hole in the hull, but other than that." The ship is still fairly functional. I think, and it looks like the interface is kind of damaged, but there's some coordinates that are punched in. It looks like there might be like a recall sequence. If you get it.
That has potential.
Yes, can we,
We'll just have to hold our breath.
can we reverse, triangulate where that signal is headed to?
The problem is the coordinates are in a system that you don't know. It's like there's a bunch of numbers, but she can't tell you what the numbers mean, other than by pressing, let's go there and find out.
So basically, we could take a small force up and insert it into wherever this came from.
Right.
Was there a destination waypoint, for lack of a better word? Was there somewhere they were trying to go to?
Here.
It was, okay, so it was here.
Yeah.
Can I get more specific than that? Was it like literally right where the ship is here, or was there some?
They were coming down to generally Denver, but specifically right in the area here of Civic Center in the Capitol. Kind of can't narrow it down too much more than that, but yeah, basically picture it as, this is basically it's their version of Waze, and you're at destination, and it's like, the origin, or you can return to start to home.
Okay.
is still setting in there. Iron Maiden's guess from looking at it is she thinks it might be in orbit if she's reading these numbers correctly, but frankly that's kind of a guess. Wouldn't be hard to patch the hull to at least enough to keep atmosphere. You probably don't want to get shot there, but
I would like to ask her if she can coordinate patching the hull in case we do want to return to
I
center.
think it's quite likely we might decide to take advantage of that.
Yes.
Is there any sensor technology on the ships? I'm thinking if you're trying to, like, say, dock in space, you got to be able to see what you're trying to hit.
yeah, there is. You have transport familiar with basic spaceships. Give me an intelligence roll to see if you can figure out cutting it.
Yes, I can do that.
I looked at my skills, I didn't see
Thank
that.
you.
I was really confused.
What am
Is
I
it a
rolling
demonic
on?
or magical
Just give me an
spaceship?
intelligence roll.
Intelligence, great. Okay. By one?
Okay. With a little prodding from Iron Maiden, she's like, okay, I think I understand how the sensors are pretty WYSIWYG. So she's able to figure out, it's like, okay, I don't know what any of the buttons are all labeled in a language I don't read, so that's difficult. But she can kind of talk you through enough that you can probably operate the ship enough to. I mean, it's basically once you press, it's basically you're pressing engage autopilot home.
Yeah.
Enough to do that. You probably don't want to get in a dogfight if you can avoid it.
Okay. Are there weapons on the ships, or are they simply drop pods?
The ships themselves are armed. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Do the creatures breathe atmosphere? Do
They
they have to have stuff on them?
no, they appear to be able to breathe Earth's atmosphere. So they complain that it it smells weird and that there's not enough oxygen up here, just like everybody else who comes to Denver. So
True story.
do the
They're
ships-
probably in a weakened state.
yeah, they actually all have altitude sickness, headaches, a little bit dehydrated. Yeah, it's
We'll give them a Tums and a water. I don't
right.
know.
If we give them tequila shots, they might be more likely to talk.
We may have to go down that road. I don't know.
And hoping that alcohol isn't poison to their kind.
Well,
it's
alcohol
poison
is
our
poison
kind.
to everyone.
I mean, I'm fairly horrible at tech, but presumably if these things fly, there has to be some kind of drive or engine or something that
Oh yeah.
gets them off the ground. Is it a rocket, or is it some kind of Magica drive, or, the Star Trek kind of warpy drive, or
Yeah,
what?
it's your basic rubber science.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
But the
Black
point being,
box.
they don't necessarily have to be fueled up with hydrazine or something before you can get them off the
No,
ground.
no.
Okay.
Okay, one more question from me about this.
Mhm.
Is there any cargo capacity on these ships, like excess, like as if they came here to take something and return home,
Good
or
question.
cages to hold people, or anything of that nature?
There
Is there a probing bed?
Yeah, there's no problem.
I don't want you to know why, I want to know this.
It does not appear that, I mean, there is some, cargo storage on the ships, but not, they're not cargo ships. They were pretty much designed to drop troops,
Okay.
and personal equipment. So if they were looking for a specific thing, it must not be something too huge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like one, unless, now it's also true, you only captured a couple of their ships, so maybe
Were some of the ships visibly unique from the outside?
there were, actually no, all the ones that were here were basically all the same type of dropship, so.
When they landed, the troops, upon disembarking from their transports, had to do something. Where did they go, or what were they trying to do before they
Mostly
got
trying to
stopped?
shoot you.
Just trying to shoot random people.
They pretty much landed right in the middle of your ceremony.
Okay.
And
Oh,
came
so
out-
it was okay.
Our awards.
Pretty much started shooting. You guys were right there and quickly established yourselves as the principal targets.
Okay.
And pretty much the battles centered right around there.
So
Everyone give me a presence roll. Not a presence attack, just a straight characteristic roll. This is where you use this as basically a social intelligence check. And of course, force majeure.
all right. By four.
Actually, do I get that?
Striking
Get my
appearance,
plus
not
two?
in this case, no.
Okay.
So,
Then I wanna- then I wanna
Presence
protect
is my
you.
highest stat. I may be brooding,
Is it?
but I'm
cutting edge,
brooding in
what
a
did you get?
smoldering way.
By 3.
Okay. And I think, do you have tactics?
I
I couldn't remember if you have.
don't have tactics.
Okay, then don't worry about it.